The Kindred is a 1987 horror monster film directed by Stephen Carpenter and Jeffrey Obrow and starring David Allen Brooks, Talia Balsam, Amanda Pays, Kim Hunter, Timothy Gibbs, Peter Frechette, Julia Montgomery, and Rod Steiger. The film opens with some asshole doing some extreme tailgating. Fortunately, he gets dealt a full house. Wow, he looks good for being blown up. The ambulance carrying the man then gets ran off the road, and some guy plays Buford Pusser with a 2x4, being the paramedic, stealing the bad driver, and then giving the driver every goddamn penny's worth.
Oh.
It seems that John's mom has been in a coma for a while and rushes to her side when she wakes up.
John!
Dr. Lloyd, good news. My mother's regained consciousness.
Oh, good. That's great.
Wow. Couldn't have we gotten any other hairpiece for Rod Steiger besides the Adolf Hitler model? He is also the final landing destination for the now dead driver from the beginning of the film.
Who's that man?
Dr. Philip Lloyd.
He looks like a well poisoner.
I'm going to use that one. Mom is really spry for 2:30 in the morning. She requests that John goes to her house and destroys all of her data and pretty much anything having to do with his brother Anthony.
Check her BP.
Who is that?
Watch your respiration.
Your brother!
I have a brother? There's definitely more than one way to skin a cat. The ambulance driver shows up at Lloyd's place to get some more scratch and ends up being locked in a room with some of the good doctor's experiments.
How's your mother?
Resting, under sedation. How did you find out about it, Hart?
Oh, no, I called...
Boom, Mike! John talks to Lloyd about all the shit his mom told him that morning, and Lloyd himself stumbles his way up to confront her.
Tell me about Anthony. I mean, how many of them were there? Anthony 2, Anthony 3. How many were there before you felt morally obligated to terminate?
Obviously, she dies during questioning. Jesus, John looks like a low-rent Ryan O'Neal.
Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God.
He runs into Melissa and invites her to come to his dead mother's house to help clean up this weekend.
Your room?
Want to see it?
Are you serious?
Well, she told me she was going to continue with her work.
This is what happens when you move out. Your room becomes a sewing room or a man cave or a genetic mutations lab. Hey man, you guys want to listen to The Dead live in August '78? That looks like the moist version of the beef sticks you get at the gas station. They are not concerned about that dog at all, but Melissa does show up at 2 a.m. to start snooping through mom's shit.
Be really careful with that. It's my parents' 35th anniversary present.
I didn't know the 35th was watermelon.
Wow. 35 years and all you're getting them is a fucking watermelon. I guess Sharon is working on the script in progress. What the fuck? That's forward as hell. Melon Girl leaves, but her fruit winds up being tainted. Remember to never go out to the barn. Melissa bullshits a story about a mad dog, but Hart rats her out at the hospital the first chance he gets.
She lied.
Who lied?
She then goes searching in the basement and finds a nice supply of low-rent xenomorphs. And Sharon starts getting jealous as shit.
What's really bothering you is Melissa's here, right?
Well, I see how you are with Melissa. I see how you two work together. And you're also attracted to her.
Immediately after the scene, Melissa makes a play, and John manages to keep it in his pants.
But having said that, don't be surprised if you find me sneaking into your bed tonight.
That's creepy as hell. Melissa steals one of the things, steals John's card, heads to Dr. Lloyd. It seems that she needs a drug that only he can provide, and strikes a deal. Bring him Anthony, and he will work harder on a cure.
Dr. Stone, you're wanted in ER right away.
Boom mic again! They steal a sample while Brad gives us this foreshadowing.
Because I checked the generator a little while ago and we're almost out of gas, that's why.
They fight over staying or killing the beast when...
Goddamn generator.
Called it! I love the film Cocktail. John discovers a match between his cells and the monster, so that means he is part of the hybrid causing a ruckus. No shit. They decide to leave. Oh, that valet's not getting a tip. Then Hart escapes the hospital, Three Stooges style. Melissa reveals her allegiances, but she gets grabbed through the window. Hey, that's like opening a Capri Sun. She reveals where the secret room is, turns into a fish, and dies. I don't get why, but fuck it! Sharon falls through the floor of the porch into some kind of septic tank. Gets grabbed by Anthony, but John saves the day. Hart shows up just to fail Cindy as she falls in herself. Let's just sit here and hug as the monster rises. John and Sharon escape up the laundry chute, and they decide to run an old episode of Desert Island Disc, The Calm Brother, down. They come up with a plan to kill Anthony, but Lloyd shows up with a fucking harpoon gun. He spouts some shit about being a family, and Anthony is electrocuted into a big glob of shit. He just fell down the hole, no big deal. The next morning they finish up putting together Mom's stuff, but Brad discovers a nest downstairs as Sharon gets some face love. Cindy shows up and we learn that smoking will kill you. Check out the house explode in that jump cut. The Kindred does have some great monster effects, and that's about it. The rest of the movie sucks. I don't know if it was setting up a sequel, but there are a lot of loose ends that are just left hanging out there, never to be addressed. What was Lloyd doing with all the weird melting people at his lab? What about the data that said Anthony had been electrocuted back in 1977? I smell sequel bait, but it was never meant to be. Thank fucking God. It's a dull, unexciting film that limps its way to an unsatisfying finish. So pretty much it does keep its tone overall.